Good morning and welcome to the planning hearing. Oh, it's not on? Yeah, we're on, I think.
The date.
Good morning and welcome to the planning hearing officer's hearing for May 3rd, 2017. My name is Laura Stotler and I'll be serving as planning hearing officer today. We have one case and the relevant exhibits are posted on the panels located directly behind me. The agenda, staff reports, and recommendations for today's case can be found on the city's website. A copy of the hearing procedures are available on the counter by the front door next to the agendas, and you'll also find copies of the staff report. On today's agenda, we have a conditional use permit. Under the provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.42 of the Glendale Municipal Code, a conditional use permit shall be granted if 4 required findings are present. You can find those 4 required findings as part of the staff report, along with all the rationale that supports them. If the evidence presented in the application at the hearing today meets the criteria, then the planning hearing officer can either approve or impose conditions for approval on the case in question. If the findings of fact are not evident, then the request will be denied. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to property owners and occupants located within 500 feet of the subject property. There's a sign physically posted on the site in question, and there was a notice placed in the local newspaper and also a posting on the city's website. So hearings will proceed as follows. First, I'll read a description of the requested entitlement. The case planner will then make a brief overview of the case, give an analysis, and make a recommendation. The applicant will then be asked to come forward, stating both name and address, and will be asked to present the case within a 15-minute time limit. Others in support of or in opposition to the application and any interested parties will then be asked to come forward to speak, stating both name and address with a 3-minute time limit. Lastly, the applicant will be given an opportunity to make closing comments if desired in response to any testimonies which might have been given by preceding speakers, and he will have 5 minutes to do that. The hearing will then be closed and the case will be taken under submission. After the hearing, however, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who respond to the public notice, either by speaking at this hearing or who have submitted written responses and have provided a name and mailing address. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. However, if a decision is made at this hearing, the decision date will be today's date, and a 15-day appeal period, calendar days, will start today. Under the appeal provision of Title 30, Chapter 30.62 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the date of the decision. Anyone wishing to appeal may obtain forms and brochures on the procedures from the Permit Services Center located in room 101 of the Municipal Services Building. I have one speaker's card. If there's anybody else who wishes to speak, would you please submit one of these? The speaker's form are available by the front door. I would also like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the hearings are being recorded as part of the public record. So for the first case, we have a conditional use permit number PCUP 17038787. The location is 1540 West Glen Oaks Boulevard, Suite 106. And I would like to ask the case planner to provide an overview of the project.
Good morning, Ms. Stotler. The project, as you mentioned, is located at 1540 West Glen Oaks. It is a conditional use permit for a massage establishment, and this would be the continued use of a massage establishment. The current applicant was issued a zoning use certificate to establish a massage use back in August of 2012, and that was a time when the city was not requiring conditional use permits. They were permitted by right, provided that all the massage therapists on site be licensed by the state. Perfect Touch Therapy, the name of the business, this particular establishment has been operating at its current location at 1540 West Glen Oaks since that time, and again, this would be approximately 4 to 5 years. As of, I just want to go through my notes. The city, as of January 2016, has now required conditional use permits for all massage establishments, and so the applicant and the operator is going through the formal CUP process as required by our code. The proposed massage establishment is located on the first floor of a 2-story commercial building. It's a multi-tenant building that has approximately 30 parking spaces on the surface parking lot directly to the west. You have Glen Oaks to the north. You have an alley to the rear. It does not have vehicular access to the alley to the rear, so all vehicular traffic or pedestrian traffic is actually taken from Glen Oaks. The building currently features a mix of personal services and professional office uses. The properties to the east and west are all developed with 1- and 2-story commercial buildings. Directly to the north, across Glen Oaks, you have Thomas Jefferson Elementary School, and there's a multifamily residential neighborhood directly to the south of the alleyway. The zoning is, as mentioned, C2, community commercial zone, which permits massage establishments provided with an approved CUP. The application was circulated for comments throughout the various city departments. No major comments were received from other city divisions. There were suggested conditions placed by the police department and the city attorney's office that were included as draft conditions in the staff report.
Okay.
That being said, again, this is a CUP to continue the operation of the massage establishment. The staff report went into great detail regarding the required 4 findings. It was found that the proposed use is consistent with the various elements and objectives of the general plan. The use and its associated structures and facilities will not be detrimental to the public health or safety and the general welfare of the environment. The use in the facilities will not adversely affect or conflict with the adjacent uses or impede the normal development of the surrounding property, and that adequate public and private facilities such as utilities, parking spaces, and traffic circulation measures are provided for the use. Staff recommends 13 conditions of approval, and primarily related to the required business registration certificate, signage conform to all the sign code standards, the facility adhere to the city's fresh air smoking ordinance, and obviously that the business and operation comply with all the provisions of Chapter 5.64, which specifically deals with massage establishments. That said, this concludes my brief staff overview. Obviously, the details were in the staff report, but I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.
No, I think this is a very thorough staff report, and these are strong findings. I just want to, again, clarify that the reason we're here is basically this establishment has been operating for almost 5 years without issue. They just got caught up in a change in state law, and then therefore our law changed. That's why we're here for the CUP. There is not an issue with the operation that prompted a hearing.
Correct. That is correct. Thank you for that.
Then I don't have any further questions for you. This looks very straightforward. I would like to call forward the applicant, Mr. Garo Nazarian.
Good morning.
Morning.
Garo Nazarian with Domus Design, 109 East Harvard Street, Suite 306 in Glendale. As the project being presented to you, it's a massage therapy business operating since 2012 with no records or any violation of the code. It's a nice, clean business, and it's providing services to surrounding residential units, and mostly they come their mother and daughter. It's a more family-oriented atmosphere, which is nice, clean, business. For the findings, as you know, it's in a C2 zone, community commercial zone. The business, the use, it's consistent with the general plan, and it's providing the services to the community. On the application, we don't ask any improvement or changes to the building, or no other permit is required. Just as been mentioned, because of the change of law, we apply for this CUP. The site is fully developed, all the utilities there, the parking, landscaping, everything. And the noise element, it's a massage place, which really nice, quiet business. No other activity will be needed to continue this business. We comply with all the codes. And I did review the conditions posted on the report. We don't have any objections to these conditions.
Okay, so you agree with the conditions of
We
approval?
agree
And
with
agree
the
with the
condition,
findings?
yes, yes.
And there's no expansion of use beyond what you've
No
already been
expansion,
operating
nothing,
for
no,
almost
just-
5 years? All right.
I'm just keeping short because,
Okay.
there is nothing else to add because Vilja presented the project very nicely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I have no further questions. Is there anybody else who wishes to speak on this item? Okay, I don't see anybody else wishing to speak. Therefore, I think I see all the findings are in order as outlined in the staff report and as expressed here. I am now approving this project, subject to the conditions of approval that are in the staff report. And with that, I have no other items on this agenda. Therefore, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.